Hey everyone, in today's video I'm going to be testing out the new Melisa Michelle and Ulta Beauty collection. So recently she came out with a new eyeshadow palette, a cheek palette, 2 lip sets, and then some eyelashes. I purchased everything that came in this collection. I'm going to be doing like a first impressions video on it. I'm also going to be doing swatches and lip swatches of everything that came in the collection. So I'm starting this video out a little bit different than I normally do. I usually already have all of my makeup done so you guys can see like the finished result. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys like me to start the video off with like a bare face so you don't get to see the final look until the end. I'm all about doing what you guys want, so just let me know. And before we get started, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. So since my face is already done, I have like foundation, concealer, powder, and bronzer on. I'm going to be starting out with the cheek palette. So this is the Bling on the Glam cheek palette, and it has 2 blush shades that are matte, and then it has 2 highlight shades. So here are swatches of all of the shades in this palette. All of them were seriously so buttery and soft. So I think I'm first going to be going in with the shade. It's just like a super pretty like peachy shade. It's a little bit lighter than the other one. And I'm going to be applying this with my Aesthetica P12 brush. That is super pretty. So that has really good pigmentation. I really like this shade a lot. I feel like it's a very like natural looking shade that will go with kind of like any look. It blends out super nice and smooth. It's not like patchy. So now I'm going to be highlighting my face, and both of the shades are just like a little bit dark for my skin tone. I am pretty fair, but I'm going to try out the shade Lands, which is just like a super pretty like rose gold shade. So the shade itself is really pretty. It's just not like super blinding like I prefer in a highlighter. It's a little bit like of a chunky glitter almost. I'll probably have to use this as like a blush topper. I don't think I'm actually going to be able to highlight my face with either of these shades. They're just a little bit too dark for me. There was a lot of like fallout in the pan. The glitter kind of goes everywhere when you dip into this shade. I feel like the shade Bubs is just a little bit more like buttery and soft than the shade Lands. Lands is just like a little bit more of like a chunky glitter than the shade over here. This one's definitely a lot smoother. So I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of use out of both of the blush shades. The highlight shades, I don't know, maybe I could use them as like an eyeshadow since they are a little bit dark. This shade right here would be really pretty like all over the lid. So now I'm gonna be moving on to my eyes. I'm gonna be using the Bling on the Glam eyeshadow palette. So I paid $20 for this eyeshadow palette. It has 9 like regular eyeshadows over here, and then it has 3 shades over here. This one is actually just a regular eyeshadow as well, and then it has 2 glitter shades. So I'm first going to show you guys swatches of all of the 9 eyeshadows. The mattes in here were super buttery and soft, and they had really good pigmentation. You can't really base though like your opinion on the eyeshadows on a swatch. I always like to see how they perform on my eyes before I really like judge them on how they swatch. All of the shimmery shades were really nice as well. All of these over here swatched beautifully. As for the 2 glitter shades, I used like the little brush right here because you're apparently supposed to use this to apply the glitter shades, and it's just one of those like old school like cheap little eyeshadow brushes, but it actually applied them really nicely when I was swatching them on my arm. The shade Manifest swatched a lot nicer than the shade Manifest swatched a lot nicer than the gold shade. This one was just like a little bit harder to get like pigmentation out of, and then the green shade was super pretty. And then we also got in here this glitter eyeliner, which I'm super excited about. I'm not really sure what kind of look I want to go for yet. I don't know. I already did my face makeup, so I don't know if I want to use the glitters or not because I don't really want to get it all over my face, but I might go in with this glitter liner over here. So I feel like that's a really good deal for $20. You're getting 9 eyeshadows, well, technically 10 eyeshadows, and then 2 glitters, and then a glitter liner. So I've already primed my lids with concealer. I used my Too Faced concealer. I'm going to first go in with the shade Rotor Man, which is like a nice like skin tone shade, and I'm just going to put this all over my lid just to kind of like cancel out any other veins that you might see through after applying concealer. So now I'm going to go in with the shade 100%, and this is just a really pretty like matte rosy pink, and I'm going to be applying this in my crease with my Morphe E27 brush. This is just like a big fluffy blending brush. As soon as I dip into this shade, There's like a lot of pigment on the brush. I'm having to kind of like tap it off just so it doesn't get all over my face. I love putting like pink shades like this in my crease. I'm all about pink eyeshadow just because I feel like it makes my eyes look a little bit more green. So this shade is blending out really nicely. It's not patchy at all. I feel like it has like the perfect amount of pigmentation for a transition shade, just so that all the other shades like kind of blend into this one. There is a lot of fallout in the pan. If you're someone who gets bothered by that, you might not like this, but I personally don't really mind. The shade just blends out so easily. So now I think I'm gonna go in with the shade Florida, and this is just like a little bit darker of like a rosy mauve shade, and I'm gonna be putting this directly into my crease with my Sigma E25 brush. I'm first just gonna kind of put this on my outer corner and then blend it in just a little bit lower than the Lash shade. The shade is blending out really nicely as well. I'm actually kind of surprised about the quality of the matte shades in this palette because all of the Ulta Beauty products are really like affordable, and that doesn't mean that they're gonna be bad. I just didn't expect them to, I guess, be this good. I've never actually tried any of Ulta Beauty's like makeup products. So now I think I'm gonna go in with the shade OYYY. Is that supposed to be Oi, or I don't know what that's supposed to be. And I'm gonna put this shade on my outer corner with the same brush. So this shade so far is going on to my eyes a lot better than it swatched on my arm. It was a little bit like patchy when I first swatched it on my arm, but so far it looks really good on my eyes and it's blending out pretty easily. So for the inner half of my lid, I'm gonna go in with the shade Hey Guys, and I did spray my brush with a little bit of MAC Fix Plus just so it has a little bit more of like a metallic look to it. Now I'm gonna apply a little bit of the shade Besties on the outer half of my lid. I will say that I definitely like the matte shades a lot more than the shimmer shades. I feel like the shimmery shades swatched better, but I don't know, they're not like as like metallic as I would prefer on my eyes. And there is quite a bit of fallout with the shimmery shades, and it's kind of like stuck on my face. Alright, so now I'm going to be moving on to my lower lash line. I did go back with the shade Oi or OYY, and it did get kind of patchy on my outer corner. I'm not really sure what is going on over there. But when I started to try and blend it in with my lid shade, it just started to go on patchy. So I'm going to go back in with the shade 100% with like a smudging brush, and I'm just going to blend this all underneath my lower lash line. Now I'm going to be taking my Morphe M432 brush in the shade Florida, and I'm going to press the shade a little bit closer to my lower lash line. And then I'm going to do that same thing with that last dark berry shade that I put on my outer corner. So I went ahead and applied some mascara and highlighted my inner corner and brow bone off camera. I still have no idea what's going on with this eye over here. It's like the eyeshadow will not stick to my outer corner, but on this side I didn't have that issue at all. So now I'm going to be applying the Bling on the Glam lashes. I'm going to have to trim these. They are pretty long. So these do come with like a little thing of lash glue, which I think is really nice. I'm going to be using my House of Lashes lash glue just because that's the lash glue I always use. So here are what these lashes look like. They're a lot more like natural and wispy than the lashes I normally wear. I do like them. I think they're pretty. I feel like these would be a really good pair if they were like your first lashes and you wanted to, you know, just try out some false lashes, but you didn't want anything that was like too dramatic. And I will say that these were super easy to apply because they do have a thinner lash band. Sometimes when you get like the, I don't know, more expensive and like more dramatic looking lashes, they have a thicker lash band and that's a lot harder to apply than the thinner ones. So I like how easy these were to put on. So now we're gonna go ahead and move on to the lips. So I bought both of the lip duos that came in this collection. The first one is called Spicy, and it's like a really pretty like vampy berry color. And then the other shade is called Dainty, and this is like a pinky nude, which is probably the one that I'm gonna end up like wearing for the rest of this video. But I'm gonna show you guys lip swatches of all of the lip shades. They each come with a lip liner and then the lipstick. My lip liner in the shade Spicy broke when I swatched it, so I'm gonna have to go find a sharpener. So I'm first going to be applying the Spicy lip duo because I'm not going to be wearing that shade for the rest of the video. So I'm first going to go in with the lip liner. These are super creamy. I am going to be filling in my entire lips with this. Now I'm going to be going over top of that shade with the matching lipstick. These are matte and I really like that the bottom of these have like the color on it. The packaging is super pretty. So I really like this shade a lot. It went on super smooth and creamy. It is matte, but it is very comfortable. So I said I wasn't going to wear this one the rest of the video, but I really like it, so I think I'm going to. But before I kind of like wrap this video up, I am going to show you guys the lip swatches of the other lip liner and lip pencil. So now I'm going to be going in with the other lip duo in the shade Dainty. So I'm first going to line my lips with the lip liner. Now I'm going to go over top of that with the matching lipstick. These are so creamy. So here is what this shade looks like. I really like this shade a lot as well. And these do dry all the way down. They are pretty transfer proof. So those are all of the products that came in this collection. Overall, I'm super happy with everything that I purchased. My favorite products that I bought were definitely both of the lip duos. I'm obsessed with the formula of both the lip liner and the lipstick, and I love this shade. I wasn't expecting to like this one as much as I do. I 100% thought that I was gonna like the more nude shade better, but I feel like this one is just like a super flattering shade, and the formula looks so good. Like it doesn't like sink into my lines, and it makes my lips just look, I don't know, like very like smooth and velvety. I also really like the blushes that came in this cheek palette. I only tried out this one, but I did swatch this other shade over here, and they were both super pretty and buttery and soft, and I really like them a lot. The highlighters, as I said, were too dark for my skin tone, but I'm probably going to end up using them as like eyeshadows or something like that. And then the eyeshadow palette, I did really like all of the matte shades in this palette. I wasn't as crazy about the shimmery shades as I was all of the matte shades. The matte shades were nice and pigmented and they blended out really easily. I did have a lot of fallout with these shimmery shades, so I don't know, I'm not that big of a fan of them, but they definitely weren't bad like at all. I do really like though that this came with like an eyeshadow brush and that it came with like the liquid liner, which I didn't try out. I'm definitely gonna have to test this out and let you guys know what my thoughts on that. And as for the lashes, I'm actually really surprised how much I like these, because normally I like a little bit more of a dramatic lash. I really do like how like natural and wispy these lashes look. So overall, I'm really happy with everything that I purchased. I feel like all these products are at a really good price point. They're definitely on the more affordable side. This makes me want to go try out more of like Ulta Beauty's like makeup stuff because I've never tried out any of their products before. So if you guys are interested in any of these products, I will have them linked in my description box below so you guys can go and check them out. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Also, make sure you follow me on like Instagram and Twitter, and I recently made a Facebook page, so if you guys want to follow me on there as well, I would really appreciate it. And I'm also doing a back to school giveaway right now, so if you guys want to enter that, I will have a link in my description box below for that as well. And before you leave, don't forget to click the bell next to the subscribe button so you guys can receive notifications of when I post new videos. Thank you so much for watching.